Good morning, Web Spiders. Today is a big celebration in the web because not only do I have to list all the March birthdays since we will be on spring break next week, but I also have to do a B honor roll and A honor roll for last quarter. So, let's do birthdays first. Celebrating a birthday today is Elizabeth or Lizzie Crossley from Mrs. Bingham's class. Also, Noah Gray from Mrs. Bingham's class. And happy birthday shout out to Jacob Harrison from Mrs. Honeycutt's class. You all have a birthday today. Tomorrow, Kiera Pitcock from Mrs. Bartram's class has a birthday. On Saturday, Malia Scortino from Mrs. Schott's class has a birthday. On Monday, Justice Miller from Mrs. Williams' class has a birthday. On Tuesday, Sebastian Knox from Mrs. Williams' class has a birthday. On Wednesday, Preston Mount from Mrs. Bingham's class has a birthday. On Thursday, Jackson Horton from Mrs. Rector's class has a birthday. On Friday, Caitlin Seat from Mrs. David's class has a birthday. And on Saturday, McKenna Pritchard from Mrs. Honeycutt's class has a birthday. And Preston Ryan from Miss Machino's class has a birthday. So those are all of our March birthdays. We will come back to school early in April, and I'll do the April birthday list then. But if I just gave you a shout out for your birthday for the month of March, come get your birthday backpack charm sometime today in the office. We'll celebrate just a little bit early if your birthday's not today, but happy birthday to our March birthdays. Okay, are you guys ready for this? I almost need a drum roll. I'm going to just go by teacher. I hope that's okay. And this is honor roll for Miss Machino's class. Adam Bergman, Kata Businger, Kiera Dunn, Paisley Hill, Zane King, Easton Mayer, and Carter Rodriguez. In Mrs. Pate's room, we have Tanner, Hope, Braden, Frith, and Sammy Soper. Good job, guys. In Mrs. Williams' class, we have Mason Ashbrook, Keegan Cochran, Drew Deckard, Owen Gregory, Tucker Harris, Gideon Christakos, Landon McClish, Callahan McMillan, Evelyn Nichols, Leilani Palmer, and Felix Tisdale. Whoop, whoop. In Mrs. Bingham's class, Natalie Brown, Zoe Clark, Elizabeth Pond, Cruz Elmore, Kyler Fields, Madison Knapp, Elizabeth Kepi, Kara McClish, Julius Moore, and Jacob Margulio. In Mrs. Schott's class, Bryson Elston, Olivia Graves, McKinley Herbert, Alana Lambert, Emma Losi, Lexi Martin, Kinley Sanders, Malia Scortino, Carissa Tinkle, and Colton Yancey. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And in Mrs. Comerford's class, Jocelyn Adams, Emily Broughton, Ian Croson, Dash Cruiser, Grace Eaton, Derek Johnson, Molly McMillan, Libby Melton, Julianne Ott, Callie Taylor, and A.J. Wallace. Now I'm moving on to second grade, which is just a little bit different. Second grade, if you had all A's and B's on your report card, that's the A-B honor roll. But if you got all A's, you didn't even get a B, that's the A honor roll. So A-B honor roll for Mrs. Bridges' class, Layla Codd and Marie Heldman. An A honor roll for Mrs. Bridges' class, Lily Rader and Caitlin Wood. For Mrs. Rector's class, A-B honor roll, Xavier Croson, Amara Hardcastle, Chrissy Hagee, Lucia Mummert, Barbara Trueblood, Bryson Schmidt, Savannah Seal, Kaylee Whitaker, and Abigail Wilson. An A honor roll for Mrs. Rector's class, Riley Deckard, Everest Eichhoff, Nina Jesse, Emma Lewis, Levi Prine, Gus Tisdale, Noah Wilde, and Elizabeth Woods. So good. And for Mrs. Honeycutt's class, A-B honor roll, Sophie Allen, Madison Arnold, Bryce Bullock, Jacob Harrison, Isabel Linke, Leona Mummert, and Logan Jewell. And in Mrs. Honeycutt's class for A honor roll, Mackenzie Spongberg, Parker Willis, Ella Hamilton. Moving on to Mrs. McGuire's third grade class, A-B honor roll, Austin Bingham, Georgia Carr, Hudson Harris, Camden Sanders. And A honor roll, Marco Alvey and Isabella Soper. In Mrs. Kenzie's third grade class, A-B honor roll goes out to Cole Bridges, Claire Canada, Lucas Deathridge, Mitchell Herbert. And A honor roll goes out to Raylan Camacho. In Miss Lazelle's third grade class, A-B honor roll goes out to Santiago, Tristan, Simone, Quinn, Isabella, Chloe, Aaliyah, Hope, Braden, Caleb, and Tegan. And A honor roll goes out to Aeneas, Colton, and Anthony. In Mrs. Bartram's third grade class, A-B honor roll goes out to Carson Crabb and Michael Huff. An A honor roll goes out to Sophia Sacriston. In Mrs. McGuire's fourth grade class, AB honor roll goes to Tristan Dodd, Delaney Fletcher, Abigail Gonzalez, Mila Greider, and Jacob Trent. And in Mrs. McGuire's fourth grade class, A honor roll goes out to Kaiser Cruiser, Reagan Hunter, Corinne Nicholas, Ava Ott, and Zoe Walker. In Mrs. David's AB class, in Mrs. David's fourth grade class, AB honor roll goes out to Natalie Carter, Savannah Chapman, Brittany Gerhardt, Owen Heldman, Maddie Lowe, Caleb Oliver, Max Spongberg, Cooper Urban, Michael Venn, and Bella Wilde. And in Mrs. Taylor's fourth grade class, AB honor roll goes out to Mason Ford, Addison Machino, and Mackenzie Ramsey. Whoop, whoop. So much to celebrate in the web. Makes me so excited. Make sure you come and get your backpack charms for your honor roll. At this time, stand, push your chair, and let's have a moment of silence. Now for our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Woo! I think I need a drink of water after all those wonderful names. Today's the last day that we're concentrating on flexibility. So what can you do to be flexible today? Don't have a rigid attitude. When something happens, stop. Do some belly breathing and think about how you can react to it in a positive way, okay? Let's try to be a little bit flexible. Again, congratulations, shout out to Miss Mila Greider, who is our 2018 Webb Elementary School Spelling Bee champion. She will represent the Webb in the County Spelling Bee coming up, I think, in April. And I want to give a huge shout out to all the kids on bus 140. Boy, you fill my bucket. Every morning, those kids stop, wipe their feet on the rug before they enter our building. Before, without being reminded. Love that. You guys are being respectful of our school and respectful of our building, and you're filling my bucket. I want everyone to have a great spring break, as you won't come to school next week. You'll be off next week, and all of us will be enjoying some time with our families and things like that. And Easter will be celebrated when we're gone as well. So happy Easter if your family celebrates Easter. And let's do our creed. You ready for that? I am a member of the Webb family. I take pride in myself and my school. I promise to do these things every day. I will only say positive things about myself and others. I will respect and trust others. I will insist on giving my personal best. I will discuss and listen actively. I will expect and give truth and honesty. I am glad to do my part to make Webb School a place where everybody is somebody special. Before I sign off this morning, I want to give you a challenge. What can you do to fill your teacher's bucket today? What can you do all day long to fill your teacher's bucket? Think about that. And in everything you do today, make sure that you're doing bucket filling. Bucket filling of your teacher especially, but bucket filling of your classmates also. So if you're going to use a word you shouldn't that would empty a bucket, stop. If someone is bugging you, use your debugging skills and fill buckets. Don't empty them. But above and beyond everything else, what can you do to fill your teacher's bucket today? Whether you're in the computer lab with Mrs. Gilbert, or in the music room with Mr. Buchan, or in the gym with Mr. Hartman, or in the art room with Mrs. Giordano, because she's here for Mrs. Brown today, what can you do to fill teachers' buckets? Take that challenge today and make sure you're doing it right. Have a great day, Spiders.